Okay, good morning to all of you. So now in online lectures, we have started our flower topic or the topic number this, and I think we have finished the general introduction of the flower, then about the calyx and corolla. Flower 1 lecture, flower 2, and now the third reproductive organ, the structure androecium. So structure of stamen, the fixation of stamen, cohesion of stamen, and the adhesion of the anthers. So how the anthers are added, attached to the filament. Here you are observing the good photographs of this, particularly androecium. And so as per our study, here we are doing the this today's stamen structure. So I think all of you are knowing. So stamen is a male reproductive organ, and as in the flower, it is the one, two, or more holes of the stamens are there. So in the as per the examples are there, and it is the third hole in the flower. So here we are knowing the stamens within the flower, they are inside to the corolla, while the lower photograph, it is showing the position of the pollen grains inside the anther are there. So just we have seen this one. Then now you see there are the points to be studied in concern with the androecium are. So there are the first types of androecium, secondly cohesion of stamens, then insertion adhesion of the stamens on the floral parts, and attachment of the anther to the filament. So we have to give the weightage to these points. Firstly, as while we are going to see the adhesion and cohesion, you see adhesion, that is the addition of stamen with different floral parts are there. So stamen plus sepals, they are commonly called as the episepalous. Stamen attached to petals, these are called as the epipetalous. And stamen attached to gynoecium, it is called as the gynandrous. It is divided into two. The stamens united with style, it is called as the gynostagium with style, and the stigma united with anther, it is called as the gynostagium, and stamen united with style, it is called as the gynostemium. Stemium and stagium, these are two differences. So this is for the adhesion. Then in cohesion, union of stamen takes place among themselves. So filaments fused anther, it is called as the free adelphi is there. So it is divided into two: monoadelphous, diadelphous, and polyadelphous. So there is a tube is there, and this tube, on this the anthers or the stamens are attached with filament. Then secondly, filaments free, anther fused, so it is called as the syngenesis. Filaments are free and anthers are fused, syngenesis. You remember proper word. Then third, the anthers and filaments both are fused, so it is called as the synandrous condition. So in cohesion, you have to remember this important chart for our study. Then in types of androecium, here you are observing the didynamous condition and tetradynamous. Didynamous means two stamens are short, two are the long. So it is called as the didynamous. Tetra means four are longer, two are the shorter. You see the good photograph. According to number of stamens, definite and indefinite. So suppose monandrous 1 stamen, diandrous 2 stamens, triandrous 3, tetrandrous 4, like this one. Then indefinite, many stamens, numerous, so it is called as the polyandrous. Nextly, in the cohesion, one part is there, the union of stamen together. So you see the photograph, monoadelphous, the good photograph as here. Then it's showing the position of this diadelphous condition. Di means the two, right? Then secondly, here you are observing the triadelphous means three groups are there. Tetra means four, and syngenesious you see anthers are fused and filaments are free. So in relation to insertion of the adhesion of stamens are there. So here you are observing there is the part of this uh, particularly as you see. So here here the main part is there, the epipetalous stamen. So stamens fused with the petals. Then stamen epi attached to sepals, episepalous. Then stamens between gynoecium, gynandrous, and anthers are adherent to the stigma, gynostegium. So this is the one part. Then secondly about the pollen grains. So how pollen grains are developed? So here you are observing the good photographs of pollen grain. So they are in the very small fine powder like structure, and they are liberated from the anther. The shape and size of the it is showing the different. Here you are observing different shape, triangular, circular, globular, right? Then cylindrical, and exine is generally may be smooth or cutinized. You observe the some pollen grains are showing the exine with spines, or the exines with the spine-like structure, not spines, but the pollen grains showing the smooth exine is there. There are most characteristic found in the some members are there. Generally, exine is the smooth cutinized, and intine is the delicate cellulosic and rich in the pectic substances. So this is the one our good part is there. Second reproductive organ is there about our carpel. So here the carpel, it is a female reproductive organ or pistil commonly, or it is a part of this gynoecium. We are knowing that each carpel contain the ovary, then style and the stigma. Each ovary contain the ovules are there, and central placenta is there. If there is a single consist of one or more carpels, so it is considered as the monocarpellary. Then two carpel, bicarpellary, or more than two, tri, tetra, penta, and after penta it is treated as the polycarpellary. Then there are the conditions are there. Suppose the free carpels are there, it is called as the apocarpus condition. You see the photograph on the left hand, apocarpus, and the lower side you see the TS. Then syncarpus means what? The carpels are united together. So you see the photograph of the TS of the ovary. Then description as per the different structures are there. Here we are knowing there is a specifically the simple or the carpel is showing the ovary. So ovary part, it is simple form of a single carpel, and more than one carpel, so they fuse and forms the bi, tri, or multilocular due to the compartment of the ovary. You observe here the photographs are there. Then again one term here we are using, superior ovary and inferior. So all floral parts develop below the ovary, it is commonly called as a superior, and all floral parts appear inserted above the on the top of the ovary, it is called as the inferior ovary. Then next part is about the placentation. So there are mainly 5 types of placentation. You are observing the basal, marginal, then parietal. The first three are there. Then axial placentation and the free central. So in the axial, one more than one locule it is present, or it shows the character. Ovary one locule and one ovule in the each locule. So right, so this is the one part. So axial shows the placenta is at the center, and there are the locules are there. Placenta is at the base, it is called as basal placentation. Placenta at apical, it is called as apical placentation. And the placenta at margin, one side, it is called as a marginal. Suppose the pods are there. We are knowing the peas or the शेजवानिया शेवरी घेवडा पावटा राईट. तर त्यामध्ये आपण पाहतो की ॲज दे शोज द this type of the character, right. Now you see there is having the free central, that is the center is the free. So we will see the one by one the placentation, position of the placenta and the arrangement of the ovules are there. So here you are observing there is the ovary part is there. So placenta, the ripened ovary of the fruit. Suppose it is on above side and it showing the placenta above. So it is a apical placentation, basal and the apical. Then in types there are the main for these 5 types: marginal, axial, parietal, basal and the precentral. Marginal, that is the placenta at the ridges. You see lower photographs, the pods are there. Good example, marginal, right. Then axial means you see the lower photograph. So placenta is at the center and the all there is a multilocular, locules are there and ovules are attached to placenta. Parietal means placenta at the margin, right. And here the ovules attached to at the each placenta, so it becomes more. Cucumber is the good example for this one, or axial present in the tomato and lemon. Then marginal present in pea, watana, gewda, right. Then parietal it is good seen in the mustard, mori आहे किंवा cucumber is the good example. Fruit is nothing but the it is fertilized matured ovary, right. Our definition of the fruit. We are observing in the next topic. Then basal placentation, it shows the develop at the base of the ovary. Good example is the sunflower or the marigold. And free central, the small seasonal flowers, dianthus kiva prime rose. So you remember all these characters. Then again I have done some separate photographs. So marginal placentation, you see how is the carpels are there, and there is a monocarpous condition, single carpel, right. And the septum, without septum, generally it is present. You see there are the locules, ovules and the placenta in marginal. So they are at the margin. Second, axial is there. You see there are the 4 locules are there. So it is tetralocular, and placenta is at the center. Septum, that is a wall. It is present in the each one. So this is a good type. Commonly axial placental is commonly seen in all types. Then placentation types, they shows the due to the syncarpous condition. So you see how is the LS or how is the vertical section. So axial, parietal and the precentral, right. So you see the entire ovary and this one. Then nextly in placentation types, these are the direct photograph of the plant, right. So thin section, it gives the idea about this locules, then ovary wall and the position of the ovules are there. So this is a good photograph. Then in parietal, you see this is the good example, ovules attached to the wall of a unilocular ovary. So ovary is unilocular, cross section you see there are no partition, and the good example is our cucumber, or here the septum or the walls are not present. So it shows the parietal placenta at the margin, but more than one placenta. In free central, there are the some dianthus or flowering plants are there, so they show such type. So center is free, there is no any placenta, and they are attached in between this one. So here you are observing the locking condition or this one. So free central is the one character. Then free central placenta, as here you observe it is only attached at the base, but more than this, but So center is free, right? So ovules are attached showing the uniculus condition, opening of this ovule. So based on this, this is a one good type is there. Nextly, as there is having the basal placentation. So ovules attached to the floor of the ovary at the base is there, right? So all these types are there. You have to show the position of this type. Then nextly, plus in placentation, here are the some direct photographs of the examples are there. So just you see how these are there. So axial means it is a bilocular and it shows the placenta on which ovules are attached. Then apical, at the apex placenta is there. Basal placentation at the base. Then nextly marginal at the margin, and the parietal, that is more than one placenta are there, 2, 3, 4, like this one. So it is called as the parietal. Then pre-central, you see center is the pre, but from the base many ovules are there. So it is not single, so it is called as this one. And here the these photographs, they again shows the position of the placentation. So first one is axial, then parietal is there, second one is the first one is the axial, then second one has, it shows the marginal, then third one again it shows the axial condition, fourth one is the free center is free, and fifth one is the marginal placentation. So this is all about our today's lecture. In next lecture we will see about the next part. Okay, so thanks to all, have a nice day.